Professor Rosenthal, thanks so much for being with me today. Tell me a little bit about the institute that you founded.
I founded an institute in Melbourne called the Australian Regenerative Medicine Institute. It's been running for about 5 or 6 years now, and the premise of this institute was to capture the excitement of regenerative medicine as a field, but in particular to use non-traditional animal models of regeneration as ways to understand better how we might improve regeneration in humans. So we have the largest zebrafish facility in the southern hemisphere. We work on salamanders. We look at chick embryos, marmosets, which is a kind of monkey. We're also interested in mice, of course, and rats. And I think that's about it. Oh no, sharks. We have a shark colony as well, because sharks regenerate very well as well.
So is this exotic kind of animal population what brought you to Australia?
Not really, because none of those is an Australian one. We're not working on any marsupials, unfortunately. No, what brought me to Australia was the excitement I felt when I went to Australia to collaborate with some of my friends and colleagues there, looking at ways in which to try to make scientific research careers for young people more accessible. So I had been at the European Molecular Biology Laboratory for 10 years before that, where there is a very strong emphasis on funding young people, giving them a flying start, and keeping that funding going persistent for up to 9 years to really give them a chance to develop new and exciting, innovative work. So the Australian model hadn't really accommodated that sort of opportunity for young people. So I decided, in a sort of moment of zeal, crusading for young people was the way that I really wanted to run my career. And I did that by setting up this institute in which I could foster these young scientists who are now coming from all over the world to work with us, because it's a great deal for a young person.
Are there kind of regional differences in the way that you approach regenerative medicine? I've spoken to a lot of US-based physicians and scientists who are working on this. Have you found, because you've worked all over the world, that there are different, diverse ways to approach it?
It's still such a young field. When I started this institute in Australia and looked for a name for it and decided to call it a Regenerative Medicine Institute, I think there were 4 other institutes in the world that used that particular terminology, and now there are probably 100. So I think it's hard to say whether there's going to be an emergent real difference amongst the various regions. One thing that's true in Australia is that there's been a very strong emphasis on stem cell research, really since the beginning of the real sort of advent of stem cells. And very early on they adopted a very liberal attitude towards embryonic stem cell research, which really fueled a lot of early exciting discoveries in Australia and brought the attention of the world to the Australian stem cell field. And that, of course, is a very key component of regenerative medicine. So I think they were early adopters, and that was one of the reasons I was interested in it.
Sort of welcoming environment for that kind of
research. Oh,
research.
Absolutely, yeah. Very much so.
So for those of us who aren't well versed in this, what exactly is regenerative medicine? How would I explain it to my grandmother?
I have to do that a lot, don't worry.
Yeah, of course.
Regenerative medicine is a new way of thinking about medicine, in which rather than cure people of diseases or try to give palliative care to someone with an incurable disease, you actually reverse the whole disease state back to a state of wellness and health. And you do that by regenerating the parts of the body that are malfunctioning to bring them back to where they were before.
It almost sounds like science fiction.
Well, it is science fiction, but it's becoming a reality now when we begin to realize just how these other organisms can do it so easily. So a salamander can regrow its whole arm over and over again, and I'd love to end Paralympics by making sure everyone could regrow their limbs. That's science fiction.
It's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all the work you do. Really appreciate it.
Nice
Great
to meet
speaking with you.